Hello and welcome to Driver's Therapy. In today's video, we are going to be talking about international wire transfers. Now, you might be wondering what that has to do with driving. This is part of our series about importing a car from Europe to the United States. So if you saw the first episode, we are working on getting an S800 here from the Netherlands, and this is the next step in the process. Okay. If you're going to do an international wire transfer, it kind of sounds big and scary, but honestly, banks do these constantly, day in and day out. So as long as you go in armed with a bit of information, you should be good to go. The first thing to consider is how you are going to complete your wire transfer. Some accounts have permissions set up where you can do a wire transfer online or over the phone, and some don't. So you might need to go into your bank. So check with your institution to see how your particular account is set up. You might also just want to go in so that you've got that high touch sense where you're actually talking to someone as they do it. So you've got some options there. Okay, you decided how you're going to complete the transfer, and now you need some information to actually make it happen. The first thing you're going to need, of course, is the recipient's name. It's kind of important. You're also going to need the name and address of the recipient's bank. That is information that your bank will ask you when you are setting up the transfer. Now, the last couple things are a SWIFT or BIC code, as well as an IBAN. Now, the SWIFT or BIC code, depending on which country you're talking about, is basically the ID that identifies the bank. So I kind of think of it like a routing number here in the States. The IBAN is the international bank account number, and that identifies the recipient's specific account within the bank. Pretty straightforward. All right, you've got all this information and you go into the bank. Give the information to your banker or your teller and they will start setting up the transfer. They should have you review it before they ever submit anything, and you will actually have to sign for it too. So you've got time to go ahead, double check that all the digits are correct, that all the addresses are correct, names are spelled properly, that kind of thing. Once you're sure it's all good to go, you'll be able to sign away and send that money off. Now, here in the States, there is a regulation that requires banks to hold on to that international wire transfer for 30 minutes. So you've got a little extra time if for some reason something pops up that was an error or you change your mind or whatever it might be. Once it is processed, it takes about 10 business days, but that can vary based on which country it's going to. A lot of different systems that are talking to each other and trying to move that money around. And that may also be impacted on whether you're doing an immediate exchange to a different currency or whether you're just keeping the transmittance in dollars. Whew, all right. That's really about it. Shouldn't be too crazy if you go prepared, but it is definitely a big, exciting moment when you are purchasing something from overseas like that. Well, stay tuned and follow us along on our journey. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch how we get this S800 to us here in Colorado, so stay tuned. Thanks and see you later.